Hey elementary band kids, how are you? It's Miss Leva giving you your lesson for this week, May 4th through 8th. We only have about 3 more weeks of lessons before we would have ended our year anyway, so there'll be 3 more videos after this one for the rest of the year. So today we are actually only going to do one number because now we're getting to the numbers in our book that are a little bit longer. If you want to take a look in your book. We're looking at number 56, and it's called Old MacDonald Had a Band. Now, instead of Old MacDonald Had a Farm, it has a band because this is band. We're going to play all these different instruments. So, it is a little bit different than all the other songs that we've been doing. Not every instrument plays the same part. This is like a band arrangement. So the flutes play something, and the clarinets maybe play something a little different. And the alto something different, and trumpet something different, and trombone something different. So you're going to find that out today. So let's all take a look real quick at number 56. You'll notice there's a lot of notes. This is almost a full half a sheet, if I'm not mistaken, in your book. It's a long song. First things first, we know all these notes. I'm going to explain everything about the piece first, and then I'll play each instrument, so please listen to the beginning here because I'm going to explain everything at the beginning, and then I'll just play all the different parts for you. So the first things first, we know our notes. There are no new notes here at all. These are the same notes that you've been working on since we started band back in October. So you should know all these notes. Again, if you still have issues, go back and look at them, review them, so that you know what notes you're looking at. We have dynamics. So we start out with mezzo forte, and it goes mezzo forte for quite a long time until we get to measure 9. And at measure 9, our trumpets and our trombones, they go to forte. See that? And our clarinets and flutes and alto saxes, they also go to forte, but they go at the end of the measure. You're going to notice when you play this that part of the 2 of our instruments start right at 9. Measure 9, that's the 9 with the little 9 with the blocks around it. That's measure 9. Some start right on the beginning of measure 9, and some of you start at the end of measure 9, like my flutes and my alto saxes and my clarinets. So look for that. You go to forte, but then the next measure, it changes to piano, so you got to bring it down. Got it? Now, when we get to the next measure, you'll notice that for all of you, it's a big whole rest. Everybody has whole rest. That's measure 12, by the way. At the end of that measure rest, you have a repeat sign. Do you see that repeat sign? You know what a repeat sign is. We worked on it when you started way back when. When you get to that spot the first time you play, you got to go back to the beginning. Don't play the rest yet. Got it? Don't play the rest yet. Don't play 13. Don't do that yet. Go back to the beginning and play the whole thing again. But this time when you get to 12 and you see the little sign that says second time go to measure 13, that means the second time you get to that spot where that whole rest is, then you can go on to measure 13 and finish. So at 13 it goes back to forte for everybody, and it stays forte for the rest of the song. See that? So we have a couple different fortes. There are 2 crescendos in my brass players. That's my trumpets and my trombones. There are crescendos there. So look for those. I don't think anybody else has them. Nope, just them. Okay, so let's review one more time. How do we play this song? We start at the beginning. We play all the way to measure 12, where you see the repeat sign. When you see the repeat sign, go back to measure 1, beginning. Play all of that again, all the way up to measure 12 again. When you get to that spot the second time, then you go on and you finish 13 to the end. So this is kind of new for you. Okay, this is kind of like, it's a repeat within the song. It doesn't repeat the whole thing, but it repeats part of it. So, all the way through, beginning to 12, go back, beginning to 12 again, and then play 13 to the end. You're going to notice it's a little different. Now, this is Old MacDonald Had a Farm. The reason they call it band is because, well, we're playing band instruments. Each instrument's going to have a little bit different notes. So I'm going to play your part. I'll try to play it slowly so that you guys can listen to it. I encourage you to listen to me play it first while you're looking at your notes. just so you can hear what it's supposed to sound like. Then practice a little bit on your own and then maybe play the video again and you can play with me. Okay? So I have all the instruments. Alto saxes. I have an alto sax. Yay! I was able to get into Lone Hill and get an alto sax. So I get to play alto sax for you this week. Although it won't be great because Miss Leva's a brass player, it'll be just fine. Got it? So let's get started. So 56, let's start with the flutes. We're going to slow it down a little bit. I'm going to slow it down so that you guys can really get a chance to play with me when you've learned how to play it. Again, for all instruments, listen first, then play. I'm going to do flute, then clarinet, then alto sax, then trumpet, and then trombone. So speed ahead to your instrument at this point. If it's flute, stay with me. Okay, flutes, are you ready? Here we go. Make sure I'm warmed up here. Okay, good. Here is 56. Listen, listen, and watch your notes. Two, three, four. 1, 2, 3. Rest. 1, 2. 1, 2. Back to beginning and go. Two, three, four. 1, 2, 3. 4. 1, 2. Now we get to go on 13. Got it? Okay, awesome. Know that when I hit measure 9 the first time, I missed those 2 B flats in there, and I apologize. Those 2 eighth note B flats you see at the end of measure 9. The first time I didn't play it quite right. Second time, I played it perfect, so you know. Okay, flutes, got that? So you see, this is a long song. This is why you only have one song. Let's move on to clarinet. Okay, clarinet, your turn. Let me make sure. Okay, we are good to go. So clarinets, we're starting. Same idea. Don't forget to go to measure 12, repeat back to the beginning, and then play it again, and then play 13 the second time. Ready? And don't forget all those rests in the middle. We got lots of rest. Half rest, quarter rest, even a whole rest. Here we go. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 4. 1, 2. Back to the beginning. Go. Rest. Rest. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 4. 1, 2. Well, we get to go on 13. squeaks in there. That happens sometimes. Don't forget your dynamics. Miss Leva didn't do the piano that first time, but did the second time. Okay, let's move on to alto. Oh boy, it's been a while since Miss Leva played the alto. This is gonna be fun. So, if I squeak and make noise, hey, it's because Mrs. Leva hasn't played an alto sax in a very long time. Alto saxes, don't forget that when you are practicing, you gotta make sure, first of all, you have your neck strap. Second of all, make sure that it's right where it needs to be so that you can hold your alto sax correctly. All right, let's see. Okay, I think we're ready. All right, altos. Yay, you get to hear Miss Leva play alto now. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 4, 1, 2. Back to the beginning. Go. 1, 2, 3. 4, 1, 2. Now we get to go to 13. Cute on the end, isn't it? All right. Ooh, that's Miss Leva's alto sax playing. Whew. Got through it. All right. And you will too. Got it? Okay. Now we're going to move on to the brass family. Yay. Let's get the trumpet out. Got him here on the floor. All right. All right. So, trumpets, same thing. All the way to 12. Then go back to beginning again at the repeat sign. Play it all again, and then play 13. Got it? Here we go, trumpets. Ready? 3, 4. Go back to beginning, go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 3, 4. Now we get to go to 13. My dog is beginning to bark, so if you hear him, I apologize. Buster, shush. Okay. So trombones, your part is a little bit different than everyone else's because traditionally trombones play a lot of the bass line part. You know how we talked about melody? We talked about harmony, and then there's a third, there's the bass line. Trombones, you are the mighty bass line. So your part is a little different than everyone else's. So I want you to listen as I play it the first time. Understand? It's a little different from the rest of the parts. Here we go, trombones. See if I can get this done here. 3, 4. Now we go back to beginning, go. Now we get to go to 13. Trombones. Do you see how that part is a little different than everyone else's? You got some half notes and extra quarter notes when people don't. So that's a big one for you. That's going to take you a little bit of time working on that this week. So take your time, work on it, practice it a couple times. I encourage you to listen to me first while looking at your music. Look at the music while you listen to me. Play your part. And then practice it a little bit, listen a couple times, and then you'll get a chance to play through it a couple times and then try and play it with me again. So just review the video. You know how to move it around on YouTube, okay? I miss you guys. I'm looking forward to next year. I don't know how it's going to look yet, but we will move on, okay? So that's this week's lesson. Love you all. See you soon.